All right, folks, we are here for our third installment of our First Amendment rights being violated in the last 2 weeks. So this happens fairly often, and this is just a prime example of, during an election time, they're going to try to stifle our First Amendment right to free speech, and they're doing that by not allowing political flyers at an event held for kids. Now
the trunk or treat.
The trunk or treat, correct. So we totally agree with the taste, we'll say, with why that might be
appropriate.
Yeah, appropriate, I guess is the word. However, it doesn't mean that you can do it. You cannot literally tell us you cannot do X, Y, or Z,
right,
specifically to a political flyer. And this is all around this whole series for now, again, our third installment of around election time. We don't want a political flyer that has negative things to be said about someone that's running.
Right. Yeah, the reality is the trunk or treat is being held tonight in the Veterans Park, which is next to the municipal building. And parks are what's called a traditional public forum. And what that means is that your rights are protected to the utmost in traditional public forums. Right. And they're called traditional public forums because parks have historically been used for political speech, to speak out against your government or to speak out for your government. And the act of having the ability to speak about your government is the foundation of our democracy. And one thing that, kind of astounds me is Orlando Mercado supposedly is an adjunct professor at Camden County College, and he doesn't seem to be able to grasp our constitutional rights. And that to me is just incredible, because we've reminded him how many times in the past 2 weeks?
A lot. Yeah. We've had people, activists come from out of town, coming here, hearing about this, and confronting them. It's not like he doesn't know.
Yeah, he absolutely does know. So, why he's still attempting to do that is beyond me. And this trunk or treat, there was an email that was sent out, I think on the 27th, that says, as this is a children's event, there will be no political advertising, signs, leaflets, flyers, etc. allowed at the trunk or treat.
Yeah, and the email that was forbidding people to pass anything out comes from his email address, so it wasn't like somebody else sent it. It's the same person we're talking about.
Right. Now, the municipal government absolutely has the right to request somebody not to do something, at which point the group or the people can say, okay, I agree with that, or no, thank you very much, I'm going to do it anyway. But they absolutely do not have the right to tell anyone that they cannot pass out flyers, have political advertisements. That is our First Amendment right. It's protected by the Constitution. For them to try to...
They're going to try and use it as an advantage to them. Like when you look at the flyer says, presented by David R. Mayor and Council. And if you look at other pieces of, advertisement that they use to promote things for the town, they're inserting their names, in that thing.
They're campaigning,
they're
essentially.
Campaigning, basically.
And, they have all the advantages because, they've been entrenched in Gloucester Township government for so many years. They have, hundreds of thousands of dollars in their PACs. They have the names and email addresses of people whose kids play sports.
Schools.
They have, the money to put out commercials and flyers, and anybody who tries to run against them is, running an uphill race with no shoes, naked, because it's just
basically
it's impossible. And they've written an ordinance that said you can't put political signs on public property. It's public property.
Right.
But you can't put political signs on public property. You can put them on private property, but you better have security cameras, because chances are they're going to be stolen.
Right.
If somebody who's running against them isn't going to have thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to do commercials and to send flyers to everyone's household every single day 5 days a week.
And that's the I guess the benefit of incumbency, right? So they have that leg up on everyone. And now here's another thing of just a minor little thing of, oh, we're going to violate your First Amendment right to
But
get
it's not a minor little thing. It's
no,
huge,
I'm saying
right.
it appears to somebody
Right.
that's just like, oh yeah, it's a kids event, I understand that. However, you cannot violate our rights, and it is a major thing, and that's why we're doing this video, because it is not something small. It's something major that you're asking the police to enforce that. Are the police going to enforce that?
No, I doubt that.
We should check with the police department and find out.
I don't think they will enforce. It absolutely is intimidation. Most people don't, know that the police force isn't going to enforce that, and they look at this flyer that says it's not allowed, and they think it's not allowed. It is allowed, and if people don't stand up for their rights, we will lose them.
Yeah.
You can't let people trample on our rights. And the one thing that, the opposition has running against a entrenched, political party is the ability to spread their views, their pictures, their names through free speech.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're trying to intimidate people from using that right to free speech is just inexcusable. And like we said in the previous video, our council president, Orlando Mercado, and every person sitting on council took an oath when they were sworn into office to protect and uphold the Constitution. And they're supposed to represent us, so they're supposed to uphold our constitutional rights, not try to prevent them.
So, yeah, we don't want to keep doing these videos for you guys. It's not fun. We have many other things to do, but it is, very important. That's why we're bringing these videos to you guys. So, again, just think about that when you're voting.
Please.